No stone whispers power like the ruby, once believed to protect royals from betrayal, disease, and even death. Napoleon gifted one before war. Queen Alexandra refused to wear opals and demanded rubies instead. It's not just a gem, it's a royal weapon. But ruby tiaras, they go beyond symbolism. One vanished for 40 years, another was built from a broken crown, its fire born from heartbreak. Are you ready to see which is the top-ranked, most breathtaking ruby tiara, and which royal queen it belongs to? Before we start, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button so we keep creating wonderful jewel stories for you. The Oriental Circlet tiara is a breathtaking fusion of Eastern inspiration and Victorian grandeur. Designed by Prince Albert in 1853, it features 17 Mughal-style arches adorned with lotus motifs and encrusted with over 2,600 diamonds. Originally set with luminous opals, Albert's favorite, the tiara was part of a complete parure from Garrard & Co., including a necklace, earrings, and brooch. Queen Victoria wore it proudly in early portraits, but when royal jewels were lost to the King of Hanover in 1858, she replaced the opals with diamonds and deemed it an heirloom of the crown. After her death in 1901, Queen Alexandra had the opals swapped for rubies gifted by Indian princes, believing opals unlucky. Though tucked away for decades, the tiara re-emerged in 1937, worn by Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, for her husband's coronation. She adored it, donning it for state visits, wartime balcony appearances, and glittering royal galas. Even after Queen Elizabeth II's ascension, the Queen Mother kept the tiara, wearing it into her 80s. Only after her passing in 2002 did the Oriental Circlet finally return to the crown, now worn by Queen Camilla. A tiara shaped by empire, grief, and enduring elegance. But who would be bold enough to wear its imperial fire next? Once gifted by King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra to Princess Margaret of Connaught in 1905, the King Edward VII ruby tiara is not just royal, it's legendary. With its lush Burmese rubies, nearly 100 diamonds, and delicate platinum scrollwork, it's one of the most breathtaking ruby tiaras in royal history, a sparkling statement of Edwardian opulence and romance. Margaret, the British princess who became Sweden's crown princess, wore it briefly before her untimely death in 1920. Her jewels were divided among her children, and this tiara went to Prince Sigvard, her second son. Though he lost his royal title by marrying a commoner, he kept the tiara. His wives Sonja and Marianne both wore it, until Sigvard sold it to his father, King Gustav VI Adolf. But the drama returned. Sigvard later claimed the sale wasn't final. Still, when the king died, the tiara passed to Sigvard's son, Michael, who sold it again, this time to King Carl XVI Gustav. Now Queen Sylvia wears it with pride, dazzling at state galas from Tokyo to Copenhagen. A jewel of drama, power, and dazzling legacy. Is it time it entered the royal foundation for good? With its dazzling plume of diamonds and rubies fanned like a peacock's tail, the ruby peacock tiara is one of the most whimsical and exquisite treasures among royal jewels. Crafted in 1897 by Sherman for Queen Wilhelmina, its central motif, a detachable peacock tail spray, turns heads with every flicker of light. The rubies, older still, once belonged to Queen Sophie, adding layers of royal memory to its sparkle. This tiara is more than beauty, it's drama, legacy, and reinvention. Queen Juliana wore the matching necklace at her 1948 investiture. Princess Irene, once at odds with the monarchy over her marriage, famously wore the tiara before it disappeared for decades. Then came its regal comeback. Queen Beatrix, Queen Maxima, and yes, Princess Katharina Amalia, Princess of Orange, have all revived its flame at state banquets from Oman to Ottawa. Part of the grand suite that includes a brooch and necklace, this standout among ruby tiaras is both a family heirloom and a statement of royal flair. And yes, it still lives on, shimmering proudly in the Dutch royal vault, until its next glamorous outing. The Mellerio Ruby Parure Tiara, commissioned in 1888 by King Willem III for Queen Emma's 30th birthday, is a masterpiece of royal craftsmanship. Designed by Oscar Masson and crafted by the esteemed French jeweler Mellerio Ditzmiller, the tiara is part of an opulent parure that includes a necklace, bracelet, stomacher, brooch, earrings, and even a ruby-encrusted fan, a nod to Victorian elegance. This tiara features a classic design with 3 prominent ruby and diamond scrolls flanked by 2 smaller ones, all connected by delicate diamond strands, creating a harmonious blend of grandeur and grace. Its versatility has allowed it to complement various royal hairstyles, from Queen Beatrix's retro bouffant to Queen Maxima's sleek styles. Reserved exclusively for Dutch queens, the tiara has adorned the heads of Queen Emma, Queen Wilhelmina, Queen Juliana, Queen Beatrix, and Queen Maxima. Notably, Queen Juliana wore the brooch from the parure during her inauguration. In a touching full-circle moment, Princess Katharina Amalia, the current Princess of Orange, wore the tiara at a state banquet in April 2025, a piece she cherished and played with as a child. Now part of the Dutch royal family's jewel foundation, the Mellerio Ruby Parure Tiara remains a symbol of enduring elegance and royal heritage. The Burmese Ruby Tiara is one of the most arresting ruby tiaras in modern royal history, a bold creation of power, symbolism, and dazzling heritage. Commissioned by Queen Elizabeth II in 1973, it was Garrard who fused Tudor rose motifs with a lavish band of diamonds and 96 blazing Burmese rubies, each ruby a gift from the people of Burma in 1947. Legend has it these rubies protect the wearer from the 96 diseases that can afflict the human body. Talk about royal armor. But here's the twist, this tiara wouldn't exist without sacrifice. To bring it to light, the Queen dismantled the diamond-rich Nizam of Hyderabad tiara, a Cartier masterpiece gifted by an Indian prince for her wedding. With those diamonds and Burma's rubies, this fiery piece was born. From state visits in Japan and New Zealand to her final appearance in 2019 for President Trump's banquet, the tiara became her ruby statement. Now worn by Queen Camilla, it resurfaced at the South Korean state banquet in November 2023, and again at the Japanese state banquet in June 2024, still turning heads and valued at over $8.8 million. The Niarchos Ruby Bandeau is a masterpiece of royal elegance, crafted by Van Cleef & Arpels and gifted to Princess Sofia of Greece and Denmark by shipping magnate Stavros Niarchos upon her 1962 wedding to Prince Juan Carlos of Spain. This exquisite piece features cabochon rubies and diamonds set in gold, arranged in cluster and leaf motifs. Its versatile design allows it to be worn as a single or double row bandeau tiara, or even atop a velvet band for added height. Queen Sofia has adorned this tiara on numerous significant occasions, including her husband's proclamation as King of Spain in 1975 and a state banquet honoring French President Nicolas Sarkozy in 2009. The accompanying parure includes necklaces, bracelets, and earrings, all featuring the same ruby and diamond cluster design. Notably, Queen Sofia has been the sole wearer of this set, never lending it to other members of the royal family. As of its last public appearance in 2023 at the wedding banquet of Crown Prince Al Hussein and Princess Rajwa in Amman, the Niarchos Ruby Bandeau remains a cherished and exclusive piece in Queen Sofia's collection. One of the most beloved and highly ranked royal ruby tiaras in the world is the ruby olive wreath tiara. A masterclass in regal symbolism and craftsmanship, it's shaped like a delicate olive wreath, a timeless Greek emblem of peace and victory. Its diamond leaves cradle clusters of rare pigeon's blood rubies, believed to echo the hues of Greece's famed Kalamata olives. These rubies, possibly sourced from Russia, were gifted annually by King George I to Queen Olga, eventually forming a full ruby parure of tiara, necklace, earrings, and brooches. After Queen Olga's death in 1926, the tiara passed to her son Prince Nicholas and later to his daughter, Princess Olga of Yugoslavia. In a rare twist of fate, the exiled tiara returned home, purchased by King Paul and worn by Queen Friederike and then gifted to Queen Anne-Marie in 1964. Today, Queen Anne-Marie still wears the tiara with grace, seen at Crown Princess Victoria's 2010 wedding and Queen Margrethe's 2022 Jubilee. Through war, exile, and monarchy's fall, this ruby tiara remains a dazzling survivor, still circling the temples of Greek royalty. Ranked among the most breathtaking royal ruby tiaras, the Danish Ruby Parure tiara captivates with its exquisite design and storied past. Its intricate craftsmanship and deep historical significance make it a standout piece in the realm of royal jewelry. Originally commissioned in 1804 by Marshal Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte for his wife Desirée Clary to wear at Napoleon's coronation, the tiara began as 2 ruby and diamond hair ornaments. These pieces journeyed through European royalty, eventually being transformed into a full tiara by Queen Ingrid of Denmark in the 20th century. Queen Ingrid bequeathed the parure to her grandson, Crown Prince Frederick, who presented it to Mary Donaldson upon their engagement. Mary first wore the tiara in 2004 during pre-wedding events, marking her as the first commoner to don the set since Desirée Clary. The tiara, now part of a versatile parure including a necklace, earrings, brooch, bracelet, ring, and hairpins, has been a staple in Queen Mary's appearances at significant events, such as state banquets and royal galas. Notably, she wore it during the enthronement ceremony of Emperor Naruhito of Japan in 2019 and at the Danish New Year's banquet in 2023. Currently, the Danish Ruby Parure tiara resides with Queen Mary of Denmark, continuing its legacy as a symbol of royal elegance and history. That's a wrap. We would love to know your feedback in the comments below. Which royal ruby tiara stole your breath? We loved the Burmese Ruby Tiara. Simply stunning. Until next time, stay tuned for our next sparkling videos of royal jewels.